Anna!
Hey, hello.
Hello! How are you?
Good. Very nice. How are you guys?
Good. Nice to meet all of you. These Yoga Friday sessions. It's like we are kind of a sangha, a team. Some members are coming, then stop coming, and new ones are coming, but then continue coming. So it's like a wave. So it's very beautiful to share with all of you. And happy to see you coming back. Upala. Upala. Happy birthday, Upala. It was her birthday a few days ago, right?
Gracias.
¿Cómo la pasaste? ¿Bien?
Gracias por el regalo del saludo. Era muy feliz, los tenía aquí conmigo.
Qué bueno. Gracias. Más tarde voy a ir al mar. Así que me puedo. Muy bien. Bajar un poquito la luz que me está prendiendo fuego. Bajamos un poquito acá, siempre acá, detalles técnicos. Que me pongo el make-up. All right. Well, how are you doing with your practices? If you are doing, are you doing your own practices by yourself? I know Jenny is following the yoga challenge, so I'm kind of guiding her. But maybe one within these challenges, maybe you also have a moment to do your practice by yourself without any guidance. So I'd like to know if you are doing the practice by yourself right these days. No? You don't need to say yes, just not a mandatory question, so just to know where you are.
For me, at the moment, is only the yoga challenge, and I will start to do my own practice, I think, in the next days or weeks. But I needed like also to come back into a rhythm when I can get my own practice. But for now, it's just a challenge, yes.
Great. Thank you, Jenny. Ruby?
So no, I join classes in order that I make myself do it and have the accountability, because otherwise I know I won't so well.
Great.
Yet.
Yes. Everything is moving. Everything is changing. It's perfect. Anna, how are you doing with your practice? Do you have sometimes a moment for practice?
Yeah, actually I practice every day, but most of the times I still follow videos. So it's been only like a couple of times that I have done it by myself. And it was really because, for instance, I wanted to do the sun salutation and I knew it that I wanted to do it. I felt it and I did it. But I still don't, let's say, explore the full practice by myself.
But you did the sun salutation by yourself, is that without? Nice. ¿Y Upala, tú practicas un poco tú sola o vas sigues algún video o por ahora no estás practicando? ¿Cómo viene tu?
Todos
Cuéntame.
los días lo practico. Después del video lo vuelvo a ver para las cosas que no me quedaron claras. Y desde que empezamos.
Bien. Claro, sí. So she's sharing that now she's following like her practice every day. She follows the videos and sometimes she sees again the same videos to see if there's something that she missed and then she practices again. So as Jenny also said, the challenge for many people is this world. A challenge is like making this gentle effort to push ourselves into the mat to get into a flow. So then after we can continue ourselves, because sometimes we need this little push to get to the mat, because we know that we feel very good after, but the most challenging moment is before, when you say, okay, now I can do this, or practice. And the moment you choose practice, it's a great moment, right? And the moment we choose the other things is so beautiful as well. But we want to make this more powerful, this desire to come to the mat. And out of pleasure, out of this joy, and not because it's an obligation, or because someone like me will come one day and ask you, are you practicing? So this can be a motivation, but we slowly want to go to this other motivation that is more out of joy and out of feeling all these benefits that we are getting from the practice. And sometimes it's nice before we start practicing, asking ourselves why I do this, why I am coming to the mat, what I am getting from this practice, why I'm not just reading a book under the sun. What is here that is different? And this also can be like a motivation when you are struggling, getting on your mat, to bring again back to your mind which are the benefits of the practice, reminding ourselves. So this is something that we have to do for ourselves, to find this motivation, because we are doing maybe the same asanas over and over again, and at some point can be kind of boring, you know, like always the warriors, always a twist, always a down dog, and then why repeating over and over again? So find this motivation is part of the practice, this willpower. As we come to do, we we fight in a sense this resistance, and this resistance is something very natural in all of us and in all living beings. In yoga we have these three qualities that we call tamas, rajas and sattva. Have you heard about this? Good. For me, it's a very useful way to think, because sometimes when we are feeling that we don't want to go to the mat, can be this judge coming, and if you are in some moment you decided to do every day and then you are not doing, so then the judge come and say, hey, you're not doing, you should be doing, you should this and that. So when we see from another perspective and just we see the energy flowing, so we have some moments of more tamasic energy, and we call tamasic, I think David talked about this in the last Yoga Friday, this tamasic energy is kind of a heavy energy and it's more like inertia. So we can think in this tamasic energy when we are falling into the same patterns over and over again, this inertia that is making us come back to the same kind of acts, actions and words, and every time the same. This is one way to see tamasic energy. Another way is like more physical, when we feel like, oh, I don't want to do anything, you feel tired and everything takes double or triple effort to do anything. This is a very tamasic energy. Or when you are like in more negative mood, that everything is not making any sense and you don't want to do any change and you're super, nothing is working. This is a very tamasic energy, and there's nothing wrong with that. We also need that energy as part of our lives, to live our lives. But then to come out of this tamasic energy, we go to the rajasic energy. So the polarities. If we are too down, you need to say, okay, now, okay, go out of the bed. And then you take like your whole effort, then you go out and then you move, right? So this is the rajasic energy. You need a lot of effort to come out from the tamasic. So this rajasic energy also is going like too high sometimes. So then we are hyperactive and going here and there with the energy scattered everywhere, but we are not getting things done. We're just going here and there. And physically, we are very active, stressed, nervous, coffee vibe, you know. This is the rajasic energy that is very useful as well to come out of the tamasic energy. But then, as always, we have these three, one extreme, the other extreme, and the middle, sattva. So this sattva is this balance. So after one extreme, and then we go to the other extreme, and now we know this it starts here, finish here, so I understand now what is the middle. And sattva is this more stable energy, more calm energy that allows us to come to this space where we can get things done, but in a relaxed way. So we use this state of relaxation to move and to come into the yoga practice, to be more aware of our breath. We have more clear mind, our mind is more relaxed, then we can slowly get into our activities with more stability. And this also comes into the emotional, you know? We are super down, then we are super high, and then we come to a space of balance. We feel really good there. And this is what yoga practice does for us, to bring us that space of quietness and relaxation, which doesn't mean that we are not doing anything, like we are in tamasic energy. The sattva energy is balancing our energies, so we have a calm state of mind and we are ready to face any obstacle and to get all the things we need get done. So related to that, I was thinking also in order to get your own self-practice, you don't need to have like thousands of asanas in your mind to know what to do. It can be very simple, and you can choose a few asanas. For example, you can go to a video and you can just take a few asanas that person is doing in that video, in that class, or like pictures, and you say, okay, now I will go from this asana to this asana to this asana, and this will be the main asanas of my practice today. So you don't need to follow anyone. Just come to your mat and you start paying attention to what your body needs. So sometimes we are very tamasic, and what we need is a lot of rounds of sun salutation to get our energy up, because it's at the beginning of the day, for example, and then you realize that you need to wake up your energy to continue during the day. Maybe at the night, you are very rajasic because of the whole day activities, and then you say, no, if I'm going to bed like this, I will be like this with the eyes. So I need to relax and calm down. So I have to go to more tamasic state, more tamasic guna. These are the name of the three are the three gunas. So I am very rajasic, so I want to go to more tamasic to be able to go to bed in a relaxed way. So the asanas I will choose for their practice will be different, or maybe similar, but done in a different way. Because you can do the same asanas in a very rajasic way, in a very tamasic way, or in a very sattvic way. So this is the beauty of your own self-practice when you are not following anyone. And this is what we call independent yogis, because we don't need to follow anyone, because that person that we are following has something in their mind. They are thinking of something. They are thinking they're doing a very strong practice or very calm practice, or working on the upper body more or in the lower body more, or awakening different chakras in our body. There are so many different options. But the only one that really knows what is needing at that present moment is you. So what we want to do is turn the awareness in and understand what is needed for you at that particular moment. So this is bringing you, giving you back the power to manage your own energies. And in order to do that, you need to know yourself and to be able to see that energy is within you, to realize if you are super active or if you're super tamasic, and to think about what's coming after the practice, so then you can prepare for the next. And sometimes just, I don't know anything, I just want to go there and I feel to move my whole body with any particular intention. So this is something that can help you to organize your own self-practice. Make sense? So at the beginning of your practice, when you come to your mat, when you already decided to, or maybe you didn't, but you are kind of doubting if you do the practice or not, then you come to sit for a moment, close your eyes, take a moment of this meditation. And instead of going directly to observing your breath, for example, that is a meditation concentration technique, you first go to your body and observe and feel your body. How are you feeling? Where is there any tension that you want to release? For example, if you were working in the desk with a computer for a long time, you will see that you need chest openers because you were kind of like this for some time. Or if you were walking a lot, or if you were running or standing for a long time, then you will need something for your legs. But until you take a moment to observe your body and to feel your body, you will not know. So maybe you say, no, I have to do practice today because I have to do yoga every day. So then you just jump to some video in YouTube and then just you do something. It will be beneficial for sure, but it will be much more beneficial if you can do something that is serving you at that present moment. And not just because of the outcome of the practice, but because of the moment of awareness and intimate contact with yourself, to really feel how are you at that moment. And that's much more powerful than any asana. So from that point, you can build your practice bit by bit, and you have a purpose. So this is coming to this place where you can have an intention for your practice. And that short meditation that you do at the beginning, to focus on you, to switch off all the distractions, everything that happened before and everything that's going to happen after. You just shut off that and you turn on the lights of the inner awareness within your body. So there you observe and you get in contact with you, and then you decide what is going to be the practice about. So there are so many options, and here is when it comes the tools. How many asanas I have? How am I going to link this part with this other part? And this is when we need experience and training, and that's why following other teachers is super beneficial, because it's bringing you a lot of ideas, and not just mentally, but also physical memory. Your body is taking all the asanas and the practices that you are doing, following other teachers, and you're like a library. You start to save all that information within your body. And then you need to go a step farther. You have to make a jump between I don't know nothing to I trust my body, I trust my wisdom. Because even if you have done yoga for a long time and you always have followed teachers, you will feel that you don't know how to do that. You have no idea. You have always to follow someone. And this is something that is just in the mind. And this is the mind training, to simply trust in yourself. And just one day, as a game, you just go into your mat. And as I said before, simply observe what you feel, what you might need. And then slowly just simply following this structure that we were discussing for a few Yoga Fridays, following this structure, a short meditation, a warming up, paying attention to all the joints, to start slowly. Usually we start seated, then we move a little bit to the all fours, to down dog, play a little bit around there, make some twists, some pushing the floor to engage all the muscles of the upper back, stretch the legs, and then slowly coming up to the standing postures. And then after the standing posture, so you can do some sun salutations, some standing like the warriors, and then some balancings, and then slowly coming down. And then you go to the inversions to put your body upside down, like the shoulder stand, Setu Bandhasana, the bridge, and slowly coming down and down and down till you get into Shavasana. So following this flow from seated to up and down again to the floor, and having this intention from the beginning of what is your practice going, because it's going to serve you for some specific purpose, then you have everything you need. You don't need anything else. You just need to be present with your own body, present with your breath, and trusting your own wisdom. And if you don't get lost in this idea that, oh, what should I do now? What should I do next? Should I do this and that? Don't get lost in your mind. Simply pay attention to your breath. You will notice that you know much more than you think. And of course, at the beginning, we have to go to that resistance of the mind, see this inner voice that is saying, yeah, you know, you don't know how to go from here. I told you, you have to look a video. I told you, you have to follow a teacher. But if you put this voice aside and say, yeah, you're right, but I want to keep trying, keep playing. And this energy of a joyful practice. It doesn't need to be super serious and super, serious. Or, ¿cómo sería la otra palabra? Oh, there's another word that describe this feeling. I am doing yoga now. I know exactly what I'm doing. And from here, I will go from here. There's no doubt within my movements. Well, you are yourself with your own, nobody's watching you. As I usually say, this is a gift that you're giving to yourself. So there's no pressure. You just flow. And something else about this, and then we go to the mat, is that the traditional Hatha Yoga practice, we could say that is very linear. So it works with the range of motions of our joints that are the most movement. So the biggest range of motion. So for example, we go a lot to flexion and extension. If you think in the forward bendings and the back bendings, so forward bending and a back bending with one leg in front or with the one leg back, both legs together, flexing and extension, flexing and extension. Sometimes we go to side, so then we have side stretch. We were talking about the different movements of the joints in other videos as well, in other sessions. But mainly it's like more to the front, to the back, sometimes to the sides and twists. See these rotations within the spine. So if we want to bring more playfulness to our practice, we can also include some circularity, some movements that are not just flexion and extension, but this rotation, yeah? So going around this rotation, so we are doing this rotation for the shoulders, for example, but we can do a little bit more big, we can include the chest, we can move a rotation, but also bending. I don't know, like playing a little bit more. This is very helpful to bring more range of motion, to use the whole range of motion of our joints, so then we are not stuck in just one kind of movement. And this doesn't mean that we are not going to the traditional Hatha Yoga asanas. We go there, but we open the body in different ways, before and after, and sometimes we play with the same thing within the same asana. We are in the warrior, or we're in Trikonasana here, but then also we do this movement. And come up, and 2 circles. And then I come up to the traditional Trikonasana. And that's fine. It's just preparing and opening our body to all the possibilities that our body has. And then we go to the traditional Hatha Yoga asana, which has a lot of benefit and has been tested for thousands of years for many yogis, and we are not doubting about that at all. Simply, we say that in this sedentary kind of life that we are living here in the Western, sitting chairs and with the computers and with the phones, cars and buses, there's not much movement for our body, so we need to explore more the whole range of motions of our all joints. And this we can apply into our asana practice. So any questions about this, or comments, or something that comes from your own experience that you'd like to share with others? We'd love to hear you. Yeah, so any thoughts on a length of practice? Yeah, they say that if you have 15 minutes to practice, better to practice than not practice. Yeah, and if you are like a very committed yogi, so that you can practice for 3 hours. You'll be like 1 hour of pranayama, 1 hour asana, 1 hour meditation. Perfect. 3 hours, great. You have 1 hour and a half, perfect. You have 1 hour, great. You have 5 minutes, sit still, close your eyes, watch your breath. Yeah, so half hour. That's why I did the yoga challenge kind of short. Most of the practices are between 15, 20 minutes, some of them 30, and one is like 40 because I couldn't stop before. Because sometimes you need a lot of preparation for doing some asanas. And then if you don't prepare, then you never go to that asana. So then you need time, right? So if one day you see that you have more time, so then you say, yeah, today I will do this, this, and this, that usually I cannot do because I don't have time. But if you have at least a little bit, then move. I feel like very useful to practice in the morning because it takes, ¿cómo se dice? Cuando bostezas. Yeah, when this like, yeah, when I practice in the morning, I do a lot of this. When I am practicing, it's like releasing a lot of tensions and energy that if I am not doing my practice in the morning, then I keep doing this during the rest of the day. If I do my practice in the morning, thank you. If I am doing my practice in the morning, then I take all this yawn away, all these tensions away. If I don't practice, I keep them like slowly, like drops during the day, right? So maybe with 15 minutes of moving all my joints and my spine, a little bit my legs is enough if I have to rush to other activities. And also if you want to practice in the evening and you want to do like more relaxed posture, you want to hold your postures a little bit longer, so you will need more time, or you simply take 2 postures and then you hold these 2 postures a little longer. We use props, cushions, bolsters, blanket to make yourself comfortable. And this is helping the parasympathetic nervous system to calm down and prepare for more relaxed bedtime. Yeah. Any other comment or anything you want to say? No. All right. So let's go to practice a little bit. And I just want to mention that during all these Yoga Fridays, we were talking about different topics, like separated this, and then now I talk about this, and then I talk about this. And everything together is, yoga is super big, so we can keep talking about these separated topics. But what we are doing with the yoga challenge, with the nomad plan, and now we are preparing teacher training, is to put all this knowledge together, and we are going like slowly building up this like one thing and then the other, and then practicing this, practicing that. So all together makes much more sense than these small things that we are doing. So the question, Anna, if yeah, okay. If I suggest any posture for the full moon, well, usually in the full moon, the energy is super rajasic. There's a lot of movement. So if I would say something, is maybe to use to do more quiet practice, to balance, to balance this high energy. We go a little bit more low to feel this. And the other question, what not to do. Never do. I think I took away the word never and always, because it's like too big. But I would say like you always do a warm-up before you start practicing. That's very important. And if you're doing, for example, arm balancings, you think in an asana is arm balances, make sure that you're warming up your arms, so then you feel very strong in your arms, very strong in your core, that you did some work with your legs, because all the arm balances need support of the legs. So yeah, the more challenging postures need more pre-work. So if you are going to do a challenging posture, make sure that you take the time, you have the time to prepare your body. And also something that I suggest not to do is get obsessed with one asana. And you want to go practice there and practice again, and the same, and the same, and the same, because it's too much for our body. And sometimes, usually there are so many other asanas and practices that are helping for that particular asana. So you can try a few times and then forget about it, keep doing other asanas, keep doing your practice, and after a while you will come back to that asana and you will see that it's a little bit easier because you have more strength in the part of the body that you need more strength, or that you have more mobility in the part of the body that you need more mobility, but you cannot get all those things practicing that one asana. Just keep doing your practice, keep working with your breath, releasing the muscles, releasing the tendons, and releasing all the tensions. And then eventually you will be able to do that asana. So these are a few things to you can do or not do to take care of your body. And of course, at any moment you feel a sharp sensation or a burning sensation, that means no, your body is saying stop. We have to listen those messages, because the body is very wise, but if you don't listen, so this is something that we should do. Listen our body. Sharp sensations, burning sensations, back off. Right? So let's do some practice. We go to the mat, so prepare the space. Yeah, and tonight is, if it is not tonight, is these days, the full moon. So I will do like more, and also it's here in Spain, I am in more night time. So I think Anna is around here. Ruby, you're around here as well. Europe is night. And Jenny, is it night where you are, kind of?
When is it again? Sorry. When is it again?
The full moon?
Yes.
I didn't check, but around these days. If it is not today, it was yesterday or tomorrow.
Ah, okay. So it's within the next days. Yes, I'll be in the one thing. Yes.
It's confirming. Full moon is today.
Wow.
Yes, and night time. So this time is nice to. Depend how was your day. If your day was very active, so then maybe you need a more active practice to take all the tensions out and then just to collapse in Shavasana, right? But if your day was more or less quiet, this is nice to the practice that helps you to go relax to bedtime. Yeah. So let's go to the mat. So we usually start our practice in a seated posture. If you are doing your own self-practice, maybe you want to come directly to all fours, or yeah, more than that would be like too much. But you can sit here in Vajrasana on your heels or with the crossed legs. When we sit in Vajrasana, we have more space for moving our hips. So sometimes I like to start like this, but you can start in crossed legs if you feel. Here, if you feel tension in your knees, you can sit on a cushion, so then you'll place your hips a little higher and you have more space in your knees. So let's start with a short meditation or concentration to help to bring our awareness within. And for that, it helps very much to close our eyes. And to have a moment of stillness. Coming to this present moment and let all these concepts sink into our minds. And as our mind gets more present, now we can bring the awareness towards the breath that is always there helping us to calm down. You can bring your hands towards your belly, and as you inhale, push your belly forward, expanding your lungs all the way down, pushing the diaphragm down and pushing your belly forward. The longer the breath, the more deep it is. And bring your hands towards your ribs on the sides of your torso, a little bit higher, like under your breast. Yes, a little bit higher. And then inhale and expand your ribs to the sides. And as you exhale, push with your hands your ribs in. Inhale, expand. Opening the intercostal muscles. And now we bring one hand towards the chest and one hand towards the belly. And inhale, lift your chest up. Breathing towards the upper part of our lungs. And relax your hands on your thighs if you are in Vajrasana, or on your knees if you are with the legs crossed. And with your next exhalation, round your back, drop your head, pelvis back. And as you inhale, pelvis forward and open your chest up. Exhale and round. Keep doing this movement a few more times at your own pace. Very good. Keep your shoulders relaxed and your neck relaxed. And the last time you are in the round back, you come with the spine straight. Very good. Bring your hands back. Support the weight of your body with your arms. So relax your chest and your belly now. We prepare to lift our hips, so we extend our quads. We bring the tailbone in to open the groins, and slowly we bring the hips up. Feel the extension in your thighs. Very good. You can look in front, or you can drop the head down. Very good. Bring your hips back to your heels, come to spine straight, bring your hands in front, and we move into tabletop. We spread the fingers, we bring the hands under the shoulders and the knees under the hips. We can now bring the feet, the toes on the ground as a counter posture for the Vajrasana position for the feet. And we go with the sitting bones towards the heels. And we give a little pressure to our toes now. And as you inhale, we will go forward, giving some pressure to our wrists. And again, back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Now we can do a little bit more dynamic. So we are pushing the floor with hands to go back and pushing the floor with the toes to go forward. So feel the activation of the upper body and the lower body alternating. If you feel any discomfort in your knees because it's a deep flexion, so then go a little bit less or a little bit more soft. Very good. Back to tabletop, relax your toes, back down to the floor. And here we are doing some rotations for our shoulders. It's a weird position to rotate our shoulders, but also here we can bring more awareness towards the shoulder blades. So feel the shoulder blades coming closer in the back, And feel the shoulder blades going away from each other. And change the direction of the circle. Very good. And come to tabletop. Great. Now we'll keep the knees in the same place and the hips over the knees. And usually I explain this, that we have this space between the kneecap and the tibia. So we have the kneecap, the tibia, and here this is soft space. So we can try this, feeling this sensation by going a little bit forward and feeling the kneecaps. See, you feel? When you go forward, you feel more pressure on the kneecaps. And this is kind of sensitive area. You won't like to stay there a long time. And if you go more back, you feel the tibia now. Yeah, this bone, strong bone that is part of the knee joint. And now we come to the center where we can feel that space. And this is the key to understand when the hips are over the knees. If I am a little bit more back, I feel my tibias. If I go a little bit forward, I feel my kneecaps. Yeah, will you experience this? Yeah, clear? Great. So come to that soft spot between these two bones. Very good. And now keeping the hips there, we start walking with the hands forward. And we want now to do a chest opening. So careful how long you will go down here. You can stay a little bit higher here, as long as you feel the opening of the chest. We have to be very careful with the compression in the shoulder joint. So make sure that you're not feeling any uncomfortable sensation in your shoulder. And slowly you can go, if you want, all the way down with the forehead on the ground, or if you're more flexible, with the chin on the ground. Very good. And rest there. Breathe deeply. Very good. And slowly walk with your hands back. Bring your hands under the shoulders slowly. Very good. And we go to some twists. So with the right hand, we bring up. Very good. Inhale it. And as we exhale, right hand down. And now we go left hand up. And down. That's 5. We do 4 more. Inhale right. Inhale left. 4 in, left, 3, inhale right, left, 2, 1 more, in, and relax in tabletop. Very good. And now we prepare to go to the thread the needle pose. So we again inhale and bring the right hand up. And as we exhale, we bring the hand under the shoulder and the right shoulder on the floor. So you can keep the left hand on the floor or bring the left hand up. Breathe there, hold the posture. Very good, very good. And we come back with the left hand, push the floor to come up. Very good. Once you're in tabletop, inhale, arching the spine, open the chest, look up. Exhale, separate the shoulder blades, round the spine. And back with the spine neutral. Good. Now we go to the other side. Inhale, left side up, left hand. Exhale, under the right shoulder, left shoulder on the floor, right hand up. Breathe towards your abdomen. And bring the right hand down, push the floor, come up. And we do again. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Inhale, center. Come to Vajrasana, sit on your heels for a moment. And I will demonstrate, so then it's easier for you to see the next movement. So we will do it again. We start, just take a look, and then we do together. Right hand up, and then towards the floor. And now if you can repeat the same, or you can try this variation, bring the left leg straight. And if you feel stable, you can bring the left hand up. And then for coming back, we come back like this. Or probably we will keep the leg here to the next variation. So let's go together now. Come back to your tabletop. If you feel that you don't want to do this, then you can come back again to the thread the needle, and that's perfect as well. So we inhale, right hand up. Exhale, right shoulder on the floor. Keep your left hand on the floor and extend your left leg. If you feel comfortable, then bring your left hand up. And then bring the left hand down, push the floor, come back with your right hand, keep your legs straight on the side. Yeah, very good. And now walk back and see if you can sit back with your legs straight. Yes, to feel the stretching in your adductor group of muscles. And you can walk with your hands forward to relax in the front, or you can always stay a little bit back, a little bit behind, before. So to feel the adductor group of muscles, very good. And now you can bring your hands close to your knee to help you push in the floor and come back to tabletop. Very good. And bring the knee back to tabletop. Right. Inhale, open the chest, look up. Exhale, round. Inhale, spine straight, and we go to the other side. Left hand up. Exhale, left shoulder on the floor. When you feel ready, extend your right leg on the side. You can keep your right hand on the floor or bring it up to the sky. And bring your right hand to the floor. Push the floor with your hand. Keep your right leg straight on the side. And slowly walk with your hands to bring the hips close to your heel. Beautiful. And then you can walk your hands forward. Feel your inner thighs stretching. And bring your hands close to your knee and push the floor to come back to your tabletop. Very good. Knee towards under the hips. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, round. Back to neutral position. Bring a little bit your hands farther than the knees to prepare to down dog. So bring your toes on the ground. Inhale. Bring now your hips towards your heels and push the floor with your hands, coming up into down dog. Here we can bend one knee and then the other, giving space and time to the hamstrings to stretch. Very good. And now as you bend the knee, drop the hip to that side and stretch the opposite side of your torso. See, drop one and then drop the other. Exactly. And then feel the extension of the torso. And play with this a little bit. And come back to down dog. And now we come from here to the plank, but instead of going directly, we are going to bring the hips in, the tailbone in, round the back like an undulation, and come to the plank and look forward. Very good. Knees on the floor, keep dropping your hips, relax your feet, and now extend your arms and open the chest, look up, and we move from side to side. We move the hips one side and the other, and as we move the hips now, we look to one foot and then to the other. So now we're moving the hips in a different way than just flexion and extension. We are rotating also our hips in this movement. Keep pushing the floor, keeping your shoulders away from your ears. Good. Back to center. Push the floor and bring your hips towards your heels. Very good. And now your elbows towards the ground. And we start coming forward with the nose very close to the mat and all the way forward, making this undulation again. Inhale, and we continue. Exhale, round the spine in Balasana. Inhale, slowly all the way forward, arching in Bhujangasana. Push the floor and keep doing this undulation, follow your breath. And it's a continuous movement, there's no stop. One more. And we stay in Balasana. You can keep your hands in the front and open your knees a little bit and relax there. Now bring your palms towards your knees to give support to Shashangasana, the rabbit. So we keep the forehead on the floor and we lift the hips up, rolling through the top of the head, rounding more the back. And we can play a little bit with this, down and up, supporting with our hands this movement. And we're saying child again. Very good. Push the floor with your hands and come to sit in Vajrasana. Very good. Bring your arms to the sides, interlace your fingers, and extend your arms up, palms facing up. Yes, look towards your hands. And exhale down. And round your spine, rest, round your spine, around your neck. And again, interlace your fingers in front of you And slowly bring your palms forward and up, extend your elbows. Push with the little finger behind to open more the shoulders. Exhale, open the arms to the sides. Relax around your back. One more last time. Inhale. Open up, up. You can look your hands for a moment to open the chest, and then look in front and bring your little fingers pushing back as if you want to touch a wall behind you. And exhale. Very good. Now we bring the right hand back close to you, and we will do the same thing of lifting the hips up, but with one hand. And with the other hand, we make a big circle. So we start here from the left side. Left hand up, big circle, and relax, coming back, and do two more. Inhale up, full circle with the hand. One more, and exhale. Now we change. We go to the other hand. Left hand on the floor. Right hand starts from the back. Inhale, big circle. And as we are circling this arm, we are also helping the fascia to stretch. One more. Very good. Both hands in the back. And again, leaning on your arms, very good. And now we bring one leg in front. Yes, and the other leg in front. And lift your hips up in the reverse tabletop. Here you can look in a diagonal in front, up, or you can relax your head down. And for coming down, bring your hips down towards your heels and move a little bit from side to side. Shift the weight one hand and to the other gently to feel some opening and stretching in your shoulders. And that's a very good idea, Jenny. We're going there. Wait, yeah. And this is super beautiful also when you're teaching. There are so many ideas that the student can give to you. So if you're like, oh, I don't know what to do, then you just look, and there's so many wonderful ideas. Very good. So now we bring the feet together and the knees together. You can stay with the hands on the floor, or you can also go to your with the elbows to the floor. And here we drop the knees to one side, up, and to the other. Up and to the other. Simply playing around a little bit, dropping the knees one side and the other, twisting the spine. That's the purpose of this. And any twist is usually relaxing the spine. Very good. Come back center, knees up, and now we bring one shoulder towards the floor and the other shoulder towards the floor. Inhale, and with the exhalation, bring both knees towards the chest. Grab your knees and open your knees separated, and then bring them closer and closer to your chest. Separate, far from the chest, closer between them and closer to the chest. A few more times. Inhale when they are far away. Exhale when you compress the abdomen, bring them closer. One more. Very good. And now we extend the legs up. Relax. So you can keep your knees a little bit bent. And now you shake. Shake your legs up. Very good. Both legs together. Very, very nice. And then you bend your knees. And keep your knees close to your chest. Open your arms to the sides, shoulder level, and we'll prepare for this twist on the floor. And simply drop the knees to one side. You can place a hand on the knees and look to the other side. Breathe towards your abdomen, expand. And bring your knees back to the center. Inhale and exhale. Bring the knees to the other side, look to the right. Deep breathing. And bring your knees back to the center. Grab your feet from outside, separate your knees, and we go into happy baby posture. Very good. And here you can move your knees up and down, very gently. And you can also move from side to side. Feeling this massage of the back with the floor. Very good. Knees closer again. And slowly bring your legs down and we prepare for short relaxation in Shavasana. After all these twists and stretching, we come into Shavasana to allow the body to integrate all the benefits of these asanas. And we want to stay in this posture in complete stillness, so make your final adjustments to feel comfortable. And bring the awareness towards the breath. Use your breath to help you relax. Inhale deeply and exhale, letting go. Feel that with each exhalation, you're dropping all the tensions down to the earth. Allow your mind to have a rest by being present. Every part of your body is enjoying this rest. Imagine every cell of your body with a smile. Do nothing. Relax. Relax. Nothing is more important right now than this moment of relaxation for you. Your body is recharging. Bring your awareness back to your breath, back to your body. And we prepare mentally to start moving very softly, very small movements, toes and fingers, ankles, wrists, the head one side and to the other side, waking up again. You can also bring your arms all the way above your head, interlace fingers, stretch your arms up, your heels forward, your toes forward, stretch the whole body. And then we come to one side into the fetal position with the knees close to the chest. And we take a moment there, a few more breaths, resting in this intimate posture. And at your own time, we'll come to the seated posture and we close our practice together. And I always like to say to ourselves how grateful we are for being here in this moment, for taking the time of our day to explore and play with our energies, to get in contact with ourselves in a deeper way, to give ourselves this gift. And we thanks to all the teachers, all the masters of all times for keeping this knowledge alive, for sharing this with everyone, so we can now practice at the comfort of our home to get this wisdom back. We know that. We simply need to connect with this. We place the hands in the center of the chest. We bow down, practicing humbleness, allowing our mind to become a servant of our hearts, allowing the heart to guide us, our inner light. And I invite you to sing together one Om, follow the Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Let's inhale together. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And we grab our hands very strongly to awake this energy in our hands. And we bring the palms over the eyes like spoons. Gently open your eyes there, slowly, gradually adjusting to the light. And slowly bring your hands down. And we see each other again. Thank you. What is this? Oh. Thank you for being there, practicing. It was a short practice. That's, I don't know, like a bit more than half hour maybe. And we couldn't make it to the standing, but there's no need always do that. And just a gentle practice to close our day and to go relax to bed. And yeah. So, how do you feel, you girls, that you were not moving? How was it? Jenny.
Yes, it was really good. And I realized that the short practice, it's also a good thing, that it fits better into the daily life, I think. And today I've been hiking, so it was good for my hips and my legs, so it was perfect. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Jenny. Yeah. Yeah, between short practice or no practice, better short practice. But if you feel the call to do a longer practice, then it's much, much better, of course. Yeah. So, yeah, this is our episode 10 of the Yoga Fridays of this first session. We have 2 more coming. And we keep sharing these things that we feel are very important for us to build this own practice. So we want to help you to become independent yogis, which doesn't mean that we don't need anyone else and just we want to be ourselves, ourselves, and not get in contact with no one else. No, but it's about getting in contact with our own inner power and to believe that we can do this. And we always need the guidance of a good teacher and with the inspiration from others. But to develop this sense of I can do it is our goal. We want everyone to be able to, at some point in the day, during the day, to say, I want to practice and I know how, I know what. And as we said in other episodes as well, the yoga is not just about asanas. So today we say, okay, I take half hour of my day to practice yoga, but also during the day at work, walking, or at any moment you can practice yoga. You can have a moment of awareness, of mindfulness, watching your breath, becoming aware of your thoughts or thinking process, being aware of your reactions at the moment in a situation. Everything that is related to become more aware of yourself is yoga. And what we are doing in these more formal practices, that we take a specific time of the day to do this, is a training. So then we are able to bring all the benefits of this practice to the rest of the day. And eventually, at some point, there will be no separation between our practice and our daily life. It will be completely united. It will be yoga, this union. There's no separation. This is how our mind perceives the world, but actually is all part of the same unity. And this unity, we can get closer if we believe that we have the tools to use them at any moment, that we don't need a separate being to teach us or to give us that. Once we have them, we need to develop them. They are there, dormant. We know everything. Nothing I'm saying or I'm showing you now is new for you. You know all of this. I'm just here to mirror you and make you remember this. This is the way we go through life, just getting in contact with others to make us remember who we really are. And this is yoga, we are that, but we cannot forget sometimes. So we want to bring back this awareness. And this is yoga. And this is our purpose. And that's why we have this meeting once a week, to make you remember who you are. And we use yoga, and there are other tools as well that for other people are useful as well. For us, for me, yoga was super beautiful way to get in contact with myself, and that's why I'm sharing this yoga path with you from my own experience. Everything I share is from my own experience, and this is the same you can do. You can share your light from your own experience in the way that has served you. And in this way, we are inspiring each other, constantly inspiring each other, making this world a more beautiful world for all of us. So I hope to see you next Friday. I see you, Jenny, tomorrow morning in the challenge, in one of the videos. I see you, Pala, as well in the challenge. Ruby, are you doing the challenge? Have you done?
No, I'm not sure that I was aware of that.
Oh, so, David will share with you the link. So then if you want, it's just for free. And like every day is arriving to your email one different practice. And every practice has a different focus. So it can be chest opener, hip opener, strong legs, or the whole body. And also it comes with the sankalpa. And the sankalpa is an intention that we place our mind for the rest of the day. So this is a positive statement in the present moment that help us to tune our minds with this particular intention for the day. And it kind of tune the day in a different way that if we don't have anything. So that's the beauty of this practice. Like every day you work a little bit with your body and you set your mind in one intention. And if you do at the beginning, then it changed completely. So now David is sharing the link there for everyone available. This is a way that we plan to share with everyone. So feel free to share with everyone else that is interested because it's free. Please share. And so then everyone gets to do practice every day in their houses. And my voice is speaking in different houses at the same time. Okay, so is there any comment or any question or something else before we close this beautiful episode? And if you have any doubt or any comment during the week and you want to connect with us, you can do by email or by Facebook or Instagram. We are super happy to answer your questions, and it keeps us busy and searching and studying and thinking about these things. Thinking about this is already a way to put our minds in this. So thank you, Rui, for the message, and thank you for inspiring me to share this, because if you're not there, I will be doing something else, editing videos probably. Yeah, so thank you very much for sharing, and see you soon, read you soon, and keep practicing and keep shining your lights all over the world. Namaste. Thank you.